As Tangaroa is open bridge deck, we are very exposed to the elements. We are building a beautiful little pod that will give us a whole new seating and sleeping area. This video of sailing Tangaroa is all about our love pod. We've been cutting out our pod walls today. This one's the front, that's the back wall, and then we've got two of the sides.
Handle here usually. You come up and you're like, get a handle here, go out.
What's your concerns?
This walkway, because of the side opening in facing hatches. I think we got the angles right, but we gain space here, we lose space inside our pod.
But we want enough room to go through.
It's tighter on some boats,
Yeah.
like little walking around the front of little mono holes and stuff.
Yeah.
So we should just deal with it. And know why that we made a sacrifice to gain beautiful space in here.
Yeah.
So I think we just run with it. I think I'll build the box.
I think that's good. After making some decisions about the angles and the walk space, we start putting the pod together. James is just marking the doors and the electronics panel. It's going to look good. There we go, the boys have lifted the pod onto Tanga just to see if it all fits, and it is snug as, so we're pretty happy about that. Wow, looks so cool. Fits pretty good, hey?
Fits good.
Really cool, I reckon it looks really good. We needed to fit the pod once it had been fiberglassed on the edges to see if everything was going to work out, and mark out a lot of holes, especially where the motor box was going to attach on the floor of the pod. Once that was completed, it was ready to start glassing.
Right guys, this is the pod glassed. New fuel ply applied, so hopefully there's minimal sanding. We're just waiting for it to go off so I can trim up. This is the first time I've used fuel ply, so hopefully it works out sweet.
Very impressed. James has done heaps on the pod. He's put the floor in. And he's been cutting the windows at the front. So the floor's done, battens are in. And he's starting to fiberglass all of these bits here. He's done the top. And tomorrow he's doing the floor and the sides. Basil is going mental, and there's some beautiful mint in there too, and the parsley.
Our little Wharram wind vanes coming along. I've got the trim tab bent up out of a piece of stainless, and I've got to get this TIG welded up, and this is going to essentially be the trim tab. And the trim tab shaft, and then all the components for the actual little vane itself are pretty well made up. It just needs to be tidied up and painted, and I'll need to still cut the blade for it, and yeah, it's coming along.
Glassing the bottom and the sides today. Big job.
So we've just finished glassing the bottom of the pod, and we've used fuel ply, so hopefully there'll be less fairing to do at the end. This is meant to peel off, and it leaves like a resin layer which will hopefully peel off and it'll be reasonably smooth, so there'll be minimal fairing to do at the end. I used it before, the first time I'd used it was when I did the roof, and it came off pretty good. I think I probably used a bit too much resin out, but this has come up pretty good as well. So this was the biggest job on the pod to do, was probably glassing the bottom and the sides. It all wrapped over, so just got to do the front face and then the back face, and then it should be completely glassed on the outside. Look on this edge here, you can see how it still needs a bit of fairing. and then you come back here and the peel plies just left it smooth as, so it needs really light sand before, yeah, basically no fairing. There's a few spots here that will need to fair, but this peel ply's just done its job perfectly, so I'm pretty happy with that. So my roof didn't turn out that good. I think I skimped on the resin.
Okay, so all the peel ply we've peeled off, and some bits have come out really nice, but we kind of cooked it in other spots. And so you can see here some big air bubbles were in the peel ply. So that didn't work out too good, but it definitely comes out a lot smoother than what it would have if we didn't use the peel ply, so we're pretty happy with it. And it's all about learning, so we've never used that product before, and yeah, we've still got the front and the back to do, so hopefully that will come out schmick. Pretty frothing on the pod, it's going to be that good. I think it's going to be a bit of a game changer for us on the Tangaroa. Just got to glass this bit, glass the box, and this is our seat and storage. I think he's done a really good job on that. And this is all of our glass for our windows. We're revamping all the windows, so we've spent quite a bit of money on getting all new glass. They've been cut and we just need to shape them into whatever window we're doing.
Hello.
Hello.
What are you doing?
Trying to fit these windows.
Sitting in my pod. I love pod. I've just been sanding all the inside and she's coming up sweet. A lot of work. James is fitting the windows now. Trying to work out the best way to seal them. What's your plan with sealing them, babe?
Just like I don't know, just a foam strip, and we're just going to have like dog bolts here so we can dog them down. We can't afford to buy windows, so we're just going to do it this way, and if it doesn't work we'll invest in some later.
I think you'll do a great job.
If it works it'll be right.
Yeah.
But it's pretty agricultural and pretty basic, but see how it goes.
Hard day in the Wharram office. James is hard at it, doing all the cabinetry for the pod. Got storage, seats, and our bed, and our electrical box on the inside. With our 2 batteries down there. And switch panels and radios going on the inside as well. So James has just whipped up all of the cabinetry for our new pod. It's amazing. He's been working very hard at it, as you can see. So there's just seats all around the outside, storage boxes. Going to be cutting out holes just for the lids. And then this panel just comes down here, slots in here like this. And this will be our bed. Smallish bed, but it's going to be better than sleeping in singles. So it's coming along. We're absolutely frothing. I think this is going to be a massive game changer for us. Yeah, we're just feeling really excited about getting this on Tangaroa, and yeah, the difference that it's actually going to make in our lives. Got to keep pushing on, get it done, get the boat back in the water so we can go and spend the next 6 months just having a hell time. Pod is getting there. I've just finished sanding all of the inside. All of the seats and the lids have been individually sanded, and then we'll be screwing them on, and then that's just going to be the lid to get in there. So this is all going to be a beautiful white. This is the electrical box. There's going to be a door on that, and all the electronics are going to be in there. All the cabling runs down underneath a floor panel here, and there's going to be 2 batteries in that box. And the pod is nearly completely glassed all on the outside. We've just got to do the back panel, and then it's just a bit more fairing to do. And then ready for paint. We're pretty well just trying to get the pod done by the end of this month. We've got a couple more weeks of work and then a couple more weeks full time on the boat before it goes back in the water. It's just getting to that point where everything's coming together finally after 6 months or a bit more than 6 months, and we've put in a lot of hard work. The major things that we've still got to do are finish the pod or get brought down to the boat, fitted. Then we've got to strip the cabs, the 2 cabs on either side, and repaint, do the windows for all the cabs and the windows for the pod. We've got to get right into sanding the actual anti-foul off the hulls because there's a lot of cracking and stuff going on. James has got to fix the jinker. All the jinker was bent from bringing Tangaroa out of the water, so that's got to get all welded up so we can take it back down the main street and put it back in the water. I've got to finish the rudders, paint the rudders and the brown trim all around the boat. We've still got to do the front beam and fix the tramp and the stairs, and we've still got to weave all the tramps as well, which take a long time. And in between that, wiring everything up. Yeah, a lot to do. We're hopefully going to go by the end of May, but I just feel like that's not going to happen. Go figure with boats, but that's right, we'll get there and we'll get going. Subscribe to our Sailing Tangaroa channel to get up-to-dates when our new videos go live. Not long now, we will be fitting our love pod onto the Tanga.
We could be so golden.